Hi. I'm Vanessa, a licensed engineer with a background in researching hazardous waste conditions. But my journey goes beyond my professional credentials. I'm also a former patient in an insane asylum. My black job is as a filmmaker and CEO of a nonprofit dedicated to advocating for people with disabilities. I want to paint a picture of a world where everyone's voice matters, where those who have been marginalized are not only included, but empowered as decision makers. Inclusion means being in the game and not just sitting on the sidelines. Imagine with me a world where inclusivity isn't a distant dream, but a vibrant reality. A world where fun, laughter, and progress are truly for all. What would the world be like if the disability community designed it? 1/4 of the world's population has some kind of disability, according to the CDC. Persons with disabilities are the world's largest minority. The number is actually higher because some people don't want to self-report because they don't want to be discriminated against. A disability can be caused by genetics at birth, develop over time, or be caused by an accident or an illness. You never know when a disability can affect you or someone you know or care about. Unemployment in the disability community is twice that of those who are not disabled. And even 34 years after the Americans with Disabilities Act was passed, employers are still saying they can't afford to pay for accommodations. Let's face it, most leadership positions across different sectors are dominated by white, able-bodied men. However, the Americans Association with Disabilities Association found that when companies stand behind their disabled employees at every level in the workplace, they report 28% higher revenue and 30% higher profits. Healthcare is poorly serving people with disabilities. However, this just happened. On August 8th, 2024, the Justice Department adopted a new rule that improves access to medical diagnostic equipment. Exam tables must now have adjustable heights. Mammogram machines can no longer require a person to stand. And weight scales must accommodate wheelchairs in public hospitals and clinics. Recently, someone responsible for seating attempted to put me in the back of an audience, and I had to ask to be seated in the front. Sitting in the front allowed me to meet local and national leaders that I never would have if I had agreed to sit in the rear. If someone on the guest relations team had been disabled, they might have been able to educate their team. It's great to connect with others who share similar experiences, but things work better when we're not just sticking to our own kind. True inclusion beats segregation and tokenism. Businesses must market to people with disabilities and tap into our spending power of $13 trillion in disposable income worldwide. The disability community is eager to spend our cash on products and services that meet our needs. Tapping into this market could be your secret advantage over your competition. Before Instacart, I often wasted time going to the grocery store and spent more for higher priced food because I couldn't carry a lot. Not only do I save money on food now that I have it delivered, I have saved over 80 hours in the past year. Uber has a contract with the city of Chicago, allowing me to ride as someone with a disability at a deeply discounted rate. If I want to go on vacation with my partner who wants to walk everywhere, I can either stay in the hotel and read and have them go alone, or we can find a vacation spot with free scooters or wheelchairs with rubber wheels for the beach. I also love to go fishing and sailing where it's wheelchair accessible. Small businesses should consider a portable ramp, removing a revolving door, accessible restrooms, and making their menus accessible to the blind. People with disabilities love to feel welcomed. We return to places where we have an exceptional time and tell others about it. Businesses can become good corporate citizens, abide by the law, and make more money without breaking the bank. What if your business, community, and world embrace this vision today? Imagine the possibilities. What would the world be like if people with disabilities were decision makers? We need disabled leadership everywhere because we understand firsthand what works best for our disabled bodies. Life's just more fun when everyone can get in the game. Since 2019, I have produced nearly 200 short documentaries, including the Accessible Chicago series. This series shows what positive things can happen when people with disabilities get the accommodations they need. I have multiple disabilities myself, and I think people with disabilities should have a lot of fun. This is really cool. We want to be included in everything, and this museum is inclusive of people of all kinds of abilities.
People with disabilities are people, and we should get to go places. The importance of the arts is just everywhere here.
Accessibility was a big part of the mission.
We're always looking for ways to make it better so that as many people as possible can enjoy this museum.
Wow.
We want to create a space where everybody feels welcome.
It was really nice to come and see that I could get places by myself.
I loved walking around with Bridget to see the things that she was really excited and pointing out, engaging with the different plants.
The doors were open and they allowed me to come in and exhibit the area, and that's really cool to see that there is something like this.
The Lincoln Park Zoo does a really good job of engaging all 5 of your senses.
We want our guests to feel like we knew you were coming, and this is a place that has been planned with you in mind.
I want to be able to tell people that there is no limit to what you can see in different parts of Chicago, especially our museums. Because this is for everyone, and everyone should be able to experience this no matter what level of disability that they have.
These venues have already expanded their market to include the disability community, and others are excited about participating. A new project will also allow us to include Spanish translations. I started FunForTheDisabled.com and the nonprofit Strategy for Access after realizing I was miserable and wasn't finding many fun, accessible things to do. I was isolated. But when I started finding fun, accessible things to do and sharing them with other people with disabilities, I was over the moon. We're showing what businesses are discovering. Accommodations may cost nothing, but businesses must think differently to include all customers. Let's remember that a world where everyone belongs and barriers are shattered might seem incomplete now, but this is just our starting point. A compass pointing towards a future where access for everyone isn't a dream, but a vibrant reality. Imagine a world where joy and laughter have no boundaries. Inclusivity isn't a distant dream. It's a reality where people with disabilities thrive right alongside everyone else. What if access for everyone wasn't an ideal, but a tangible, everyday truth? Look around. What can you do right now to create a more inclusive world? It's time to step up and turn this vision into action. Let's break down barriers, challenge the status quo, and make inclusion a reality, not just a buzzword. The future is ours to shape, and together we can make it a world where access is truly for everyone.